This is the truth. If you are pinning on Pinterest and never looking at your analytics, then you could be leaving money on the table. Why? Because when you review your analytics and understand what the numbers actually mean, then you can review and tweak your strategy based on what's working and what's not. My goal of today's video is to help you understand which metrics you should be reviewing in your Pinterest analytics, what they all mean, and how to let them guide your overall Pinterest strategy. Hey there, I'm Erica, Pinterest strategist, helping business owners make Pinterest marketing easy with simple strategies that get results. Now, I want you to click that thumbs up down below if you've ever looked at the total monthly views on your Pinterest profile and thought, nice. Well, I hate to burst your bubble, but that monthly views number that you see on your main profile is really just a vanity metric. We really need to understand what that number actually means and how it can guide our overall strategy. You are using it to get more traffic, more visibility, and more sales in your business, but the thing about that monthly views number is it doesn't include any of that. The monthly views number actually tells you how many times your pins on your profile were shown anywhere on the entire Pinterest platform for that month. And the thing is if you pin other people's content, it includes those pins as well. So ultimately, monthly views has nothing to do with how your content or your pins are driving traffic and sales into your business. As a Pinterest manager inside my Pinterest marketing agency, my job is to create a strategy to get pinners clicking on images, driving traffic to my clients' websites. One of the main things that I track is outbound clicks, because that is actual traffic to your website. But it doesn't give the overall picture, which is why I also look at impressions, saves, and engagements. So let's take a look at what each of those terms mean inside your Pinterest analytics. So impressions, this is the total number of times that your pins were shown across the Pinterest platform. Engagements, that's the total number of times that your pins were engaged with. So think saved, pin clicks, and outbound link clicks. Now, pin clicks. Now, this is different than outbound clicks. They used to be called close-ups, but this is anytime someone clicked on your pin image and made it larger on their screen. Outbound link clicks, this is what we were just talking about. This is the total number of times that someone clicks on a pin and visits the URL destination of that pin image. And saves, this is the total number of times that someone saved your pin to their boards. I will fully admit that I'm a numbers nerd. I love digging into the analytics to see what's working and what's not. Because when you read them correctly and understand what's going on, you can increase your numbers in the right areas. So let's say that you've been implementing the steps that you found and learned inside my Pinterest plan on a page. And if you don't have that yet, you can access it down below. And you want to jump into your analytics and see what's working. You want to go into your analytics, which you can access from the top left-hand corner of your Pinterest profile. And once there, enter the date range that you wish to review. At the top of the page, you will see a drop-down menu just below the date range you entered. And this is where you will filter based on the metrics that we just talked about. Again, my goal here is to give you actual strategy tips when it comes to your analytics and to help you understand what certain metrics can really mean. For instance, with impressions, if you have a high number of impressions, but a low number of saves and clicks and outbound traffic, it could mean that a lot of people are seeing your image, but for some reason they aren't clicking. This could be an indication that tweaks are needed with your pin design. I love searching for pins in my client's niche and seeing what comes back in top search results. These pins are top pins for that search and can be a good indicator of what your audience likes to engage with. Now, conversely, if you have a low number of impressions, this could be a keyword or an SEO issue. So you need to revisit your keywords and make sure you're targeting the right ones for the topic that you wish to show up for in search results. Also, since Pinterest counts an impression for each time your pin was loaded on a page, it could be that it was loaded, but it was never actually seen. If you've scrolled Pinterest before, you can see that pins are loaded at the fold before you may actually get down to that part of the page when you're scrolling. This is obviously done to provide an enhanced experience on Pinterest, but it could be that your pin was loaded at the fold, never actually seen, but yet you're still getting credit for that impression. Now let's talk about outbound clicks. Now again, outbound clicks means actual sessions and visits to your website. Not only that, it can give us so much insight into future strategy. For example, if you are seeing one pin that is getting tons of outbound link clicks, then make more of that content or create more pins for that same content. Now, strategy tip, if you are seeing a high number of link clicks or outbound link clicks, but a low number of sales or email signups, now this could indicate a sales page or funnel issue. Generally, when there's a lot of traffic, but a low number of sales or conversions, it means that we're not giving our audience enough info to get them to convert. Maybe we haven't touched on the pain points enough or warmed them up enough. Now, remember that your audience from Pinterest or your traffic from Pinterest is cold traffic. So they may need a few more visits to warm up before they will actually make a purchase or hand over their email to get on your email list. So another element that I like to look at inside of your analytics is the total number of saves. Now, this is the total number of times that someone actually saved your pin to a board on their profile. A lot of people ignore saves, but this is not a number to be ignored. So let me tell you why. We have to remember that pinners are planners. So if they are saving your content, that means that they want to come back to it later. A lot of times, saves indicate future purchases. They are saving now what they plan to revisit and maybe purchase later. Okay, before we close out, I just want to give a final disclaimer here. When it comes to reviewing your analytics, it's important to always refer back to your original goal for Pinterest. Are your metrics helping you achieve that goal? One thing I hear from business owners is that they aren't seeing significant results, if any results at all, after just implementing their strategy. And this is where I want to remind you that Pinterest takes time. Don't worry if you don't see a spike in outbound traffic in the first 2, 3, 4, sometimes maybe 5 or 6 months. You must give it a bit of time and enough content on your profile to help Pinterest understand who you are, what your content is about, and who is going to engage with your content the most. This is also why consistency is so key in the beginning. The more time you have with people engaging with your content, the more Pinterest knows who likes your content, who your target audience is, and ultimately who you're trying to target. So don't get discouraged. Commit to staying consistent and give it the time it needs to work. And if you want more info on creating a Pinterest marketing strategy for your business, then check out this video over here. Until next time, happy pinning.